Loss of a job can be a stressful time for you and your family. Unemployment insurance is here to help. This video will help you to understand how unemployment insurance works, what you need to do after you apply, and it presents useful employment services to help you find your next job. It will also introduce you to the Claimant Handbook, which you are required to read.
I learned this a couple of months ago when I was laid off and requested unemployment assistance. I used the Claimant Handbook to learn just what to do. I have to tell you, it helps to really understand what's required of you as a claimant. I'll share some things I learned, but first, it's time for some basics.
Here's how unemployment insurance, or UI, works. UI provides resources to help you find a new job and pay your bills while you look. It's not free money or a government handout. Unemployment benefits are only for people who qualify and continue to meet all their weekly requirements. The UI program is a partnership between employers who provide the money for the program by paying their unemployment taxes, the Georgia Department of Labor, who operates the UI program, and claimants who meet the eligibility and complete weekly requirements to receive benefits while they look for a new job. You'll see that UI works best when each partner does their part by staying in contact with each other to make sure it all works the way it's supposed to.
So, as a partner in the UI system, what do you have to do after you've applied for UI benefits? First, you must start looking for work and register online for employment services with WorkSource Georgia, managed by our partners at the Technical College System of Georgia, TCSG. Go to dol.georgia.gov and select Register for Employment Services, and each week, you must be able and available to work, actively look for work, and keep records of that activity. At the beginning of the week, you request a payment for the previous week online or by telephone by certifying your eligibility for that week. By completing your requirements each week and then reporting them the following week, you will continue to receive your eligible benefit payments if you are allowed.
We'll cover each one of these now, and later you can find details of each requirement in the Claimant Handbook.
If you reside in Georgia, you must register for work at WorkSourceGAportal.com. There you can search thousands of job openings across Georgia. To find jobs that are right for you, it's important to register with WorkSource Georgia right after submitting your UI claim application. TCSG is super helpful for job services. GDOL's career centers are located throughout Georgia and can provide additional assistance with any unemployment-related questions.
To receive benefits, you're required to be able and available for work, which means you're always ready to look for, accept, and begin work immediately. If you're unable or unavailable to seek or start work for any reason, for example, if you're sick or on vacation, or if you don't have childcare, you have not satisfied this requirement. Another requirement is to actively look for work. This means you must perform approved work search activities on at least 3 different days each week. These approved activities are shown to really help people find their next job. Go to the handbook for a list of the approved activities. It's important to start looking for work right away after submitting your claim application. If you are allowed benefits and wait on this requirement, your payments could be delayed or denied.
And of course, this is where using the employment services tools can really pay off. It did for me.
As you search for work, be sure to keep a record of what you do, because you'll need to report these details to GDOL each week. Any week it's found you did not meet the requirements, including no record of your work search activities, you may have to pay back the benefits you received for that week. So keep complete records and submit them each week you request a payment.
To find out exactly what you need to write down and how to submit your work search activities each week, look in your Claimant Handbook. There's even a helpful form online for you to download and use.
During the week, you also keep track of anything having to do with a job or work. Things like if you refused work or a job offer, ended a job, or if you worked at any time during the week. You'll be reporting these things as part of your request for payment.
Then, in the following week, you file your weekly request for payment. With this filing, you legally confirm whether you were able and available for work and actively looked for work. You submit your work search records. You report gross earnings if you worked and note any changes in your employment status. If you worked, including temporary, self-employment, and part-time, you must report your gross earnings for that week. You report for the week that you worked and earned it, even if you have not yet been paid for the work performed. Check the handbook for how to report these earnings and how they may affect your benefits.
So, this is a basic picture of your responsibilities as a partner in the UI program. Your individual circumstances and needs can affect your requirements. The Claimant Handbook is the place to learn how the requirements apply to your personal situation. If you have a question, check out the handbook or give us a call.
Now, it's important to talk with you about being accurate and truthful when you submit your weekly request for payment and work search activities. Before submitting, be sure to check that all your information is correct and complete. Errors can cause delays in receiving or a possible denial of your benefits. Remember, it's up to you to get it right.
And being truthful is very important for you. If you report information that you know is not true, or leave out information in order to receive or increase benefits, this is fraud. Fraud is serious. It's a crime, and it comes with severe penalties. You see, Georgia Department of Labor stays in communication with both employers and claimants to verify that the information used to determine eligibility is correct. GDOL also does formal audits. When something doesn't add up, the agency does a full review to determine if fraud has been committed.
It comes down to this. If you do not complete all your requirements for a particular week, make sure you truthfully report this when you submit the weekly request for payment. It's much better to be honest than to possibly lose out on future benefits, have to pay money back, pay fines, and be charged with a crime. It's just not worth it.
It's in everyone's interest, especially yours, to be accurate and honest when completing your weekly request for payment. Keep in mind, most people are able to complete their requirements every week. They stay able and available for work, search for work, keep and submit their records, report earnings and employment status changes, and request their payments on time. They fulfill these requirements, and they get their eligible benefits each week, if allowed.
I hope you have a good idea about how UI works and your role as a claimant. The best thing to do right now is to check out the weekly checklist and read the Claimant Handbook. It provides detailed information about your responsibilities, and it's required that you read it. Then, start completing some of your activities for this first week. Take it step by step, and you'll find it's easier than you think.
And remember, if you have a question or something comes up, please contact us. Let's work together to get it right so we can all succeed.